everybody. My name is Tuệ Minh and my name is Cẩm Giang. Welcome to our presentation. So today we are going to discuss about a very common issue, that is generation gap. Before going straight to the point, I think Giang wants to share with you something.
Okay. Before our presentation, I have a little story to share with you. Do you still remember the Blackpink concert in Hanoi last 2 months? Yes, and even though I couldn't take part in it, I felt it was wonderful. And during my family dinner, after this event once a week, my parents mentioned it. Oh my gosh, at that time I was pretty surprised because I didn't think my parents would care about things like that. And then my parents taught us today's young are crazy to be willing to spend a lot of money to go to that concert. And this thing that they taught is it is meaningless. Of course, at that time I didn't agree with my parents' opinions because I think that people spend such an amount of money to meet their idol so many times and see them in the flesh. Being able to enjoy the performance that they usually see on the TV or YouTube. I think that's a worthwhile thing, right? And I think the spiritual significance is greater than the material value. After that, I argued with my parents to protect my opinion. And then I realized the generation gap made my thoughts and those of my parents very different. So what is happening? I think Tuệ Minh has a lot to share with you.
Okay, so what is happening? We call it a generation gap. So it must be the generation, there's something wrong with it. There are many generations, the Z, X, then Y, and Z, and coming soon, the Z Alpha. Each of them have their own feature. And what makes the difference between generations? They are social status, science, technology, and experience. People usually have a tendency to disapprove of different. So that is the reason why children all want to share with their friends their darkest secret more than to their parents. And which gradually lead to serious conflict. And when people cannot put up with that toxic emotion anymore, or hurt, frustration, envy, and sometimes it feels awful when the one we're supposed to love most is the one that we hate most. So why don't we just sit down, spend a little bit of time sharing with each other how we feel, what we have to endure for such a long time. Maybe we can settle the conflict. So these are some words that I think parents all want to tell their child. You know, being a doll is never easy. There are so many things you have to handle. Your work, your boss, school tuition, what to eat, what to wear, household chores. There are so many things and it puts on you so much pressure. Sometimes you feel exhausted. Sometimes you feel that you want to let go of all those things. And under such pressure, people will become more sentimental than ever. So the parents, you want to give your child the best, you want them to follow your steps, your guidance, but there's so many difference between two generations. You don't know, and you don't understand why they can be so carefree, why they can be so mischievous and thankless. Why don't they just know your worry? Why don't they just know that it is just your first time being parent? There are no one that you can share with. There are no one that understands how pressure, how stressed you are. And sometimes you want to share with your children what you have to endure for such a long time. But they are just too young to understand and sympathize for you. And moreover, you know, being a doll sometimes means you mustn't feel broken down. But it is so hard sometimes. After an argument, all you feel are hurt, guilty, and angry. But after all, you still wonder, did I do something wrong when I just want to give my child the best?